Hey, how's it going, everybody? I am DawnSR here. I'm super excited to run Sonic Frontiers 100% for you all. This game has been awesome. We just got a brand new update for it. Unfortunately, we won't be using much of that because it changed a lot of the game. But we'll get into that as the run starts. Commentators, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. So what's up? I'm Emerald. I have speedrun a little bit of 100%, but mostly any percent runner for Sonic Frontiers.
I am the other disembodied voice. My name is Gordon Ramsay. I have never run 100%, but I'm pretty familiar with the game.
Yeah, all right. So there's a lot of different things. Originally, we didn't have any sort of trackers when the game came out, so we sort of came up with our own definition of what completionist is. And we'll get into all of those categories that we need to satisfy to technically complete the game. But we'll do that during the run since it's going to be a little while. And so, yeah, we're just about ready to start. I'll do a countdown on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so right away we're going to get into our first cyberspace stage, which is just the kind of the main like traditional Sonic levels that you would get into for like any other 3D Sonic game. But we're going to have to complete all the challenges in one go. And honestly, for 1-1, it is really difficult. This is actually a big reset point in the run because you don't want to start the run with missing one of the goals, which is collect a certain amount of rings, get all the red rings, and finish within a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
You may or may not be able to make this. There's a lot of... Whoa.
Oh.
Okay, that's a new one. Let's just go ahead and restart that.
Yeah.
This stage is tough.
Yeah.
It is actually so crazy how hard the requirements are for the first stage. So.
Yeah, I definitely think they wanted to make you go back and redo this stage, and here we are.
Yeah.
Most of the other requirements are pretty easy, especially at the time. That tends to be very lenient in stages. But in 1-1, and especially 1-2, the time recs are pretty strict. And in 1-1, when you throw in like the ring requirements and everything else, it's very, very hard.
All right, we're looking better here. Just making sure we get all the ring requirements, because, yeah, we needed 150 for that. It's so many. All right, and the last red ring. Nice.
All right,
Got
chilling.
it. Yeah, that's always the one I'm holding my breath for there, and it's unfortunate because you have to fully close the game if you miss that to reset. So
Yeah. when you're
really sad.
when you get to the when you're playing this tutorial section of the game, you actually it doesn't let you, I think, quit out until you get Psyloop to the main menu. So that's like I think like a couple minutes in actually. So resetting this category, well, any of the categories can be really rough.
So yes, one of the things we needed to satisfy there was all missions, which is the rings, the red rings, and the time. And now we have challenges, so we have to complete each one of these on the island and unlock the full map completion as one of the requirements. So you're going to be seeing me do a lot of these. Yeah, we got to fill out that whole map, and you'll see these islands are pretty big.
Yeah, there's a ton of different challenges to get. You're also going to see Dawn is going to pick up this power seed. We're not going to level up our stats all the way. We are going to level up our power stat just because it helps us like melt through the boss fights later on in the game. But actually, max stats is not one of the requirements for how we define 100% currently.
Yeah, and a big part of that was when the game released, two of the stats that you can upgrade, ring capacity and speed, you have to do it through an NPC called the Elder Coco. And he can only upgrade a stat one level at a time, or he could, on release, only one at a time, and there is a very long animation in between each one. So even though like max stat seems like a very good 100% thing, nobody would want to run it. So we just said, no, we're not including
Yeah,
it.
we'll give the runners good quality of life to make it a more enjoyable category. But what we just ran into there was our first Guardian of the run. We're actually going to have to defeat all of the Guardians in each of the islands. They give us are the portal gears so we can enter...
There you go. Oh.
A little bit of tech issues. We're all chilling.
RNG minute.
But what defeating the Guardians gives us is access to portal gears, which lets us open the cyberspace stages. Just one of the natural progression items of the game. So.
Yeah, so even though this one looks like a challenge, it's actually, technically, I think they're called mysteries. We have to do these as well. Functionally, they're not very different. They just don't unlock a map. They just give you something like that, right, where you get something open. It's a bit odd, but now we have Psyloop. This is probably the most important skill of the game, the thing that they really advertise. We're going to go ahead and side-loop all the way to max rings so we get the full boost here.
Yeah, at 400 rings, new to this game, Sonic will get kind of a blue boost around him and move much, much faster than normal.
These side loops are very odd, drifting backwards.
It's harder than you would think.
It is RNG what drops you get from side loop. The most common is 15 rings, but there is a low chance of getting like, what is it, 60 with 10 ring drops?
Yeah, it's a huge difference with RNG there, so. I could have gone up here to the enemies, but then doing this challenge is slower, so it's sort of a mixed bag.
Yeah, one of the things a little bit later on you're going to see is we're going to be collecting XP because we're going to need to unlock all the skills. There's like barrels and stuff that are scattered around that have a bunch of skill points, boxes and stuff to upgrade those as well. Going over here and collecting some memory tokens from a dig spot. Each dig spot has a set amount of memory tokens. They all have 8 each. So we want to make sure we get to those because those are consistent for us as opposed to just picking them up from like a random stray one or defeating an enemy and getting one or side looping for one.
Yeah, and you get so many from the dig spots that if you can do it, just run to each one on the island, pick them up, and you'll have most of the wrecks satisfied.
Aw, dang, I got the cutscene again.
No.
All right. Let's see, if I do this right, I'm able to get some memory tokens, and I'm able to skip that cutscene again.
Let's see.
It's a nice little fun bit of movement there.
So one thing you'll notice here is he's actually using Stomp, which is like a really strong attack. He technically doesn't have it unlocked in the combat tree for him to like teleport over the enemy, but you can still stomp on their heads and it does an insane amount of damage, even with just level 1 attack.
Yeah, so we're heading into the very infamous stage 1-2 here. This one, a lot of people had trouble with when the game first came out and actually able to like get the S rank at all, but now we're going to be doing all missions in one go, hopefully.
Show them how times have changed.
Also, we were talking about the update before. You probably noticed Sonic has some outfits going on here. It is Sonic's birthday like a week ago, so.
Happy birthday, Sonic.
Got a nice little update for that.
Slow down a little bit to make sure you get that.
Yeah.
Having power boost in cyberspace. Oh no!
Oh no!
Wait.
Okay. We're chilling. We're chilling.
Okay, that can kill you if you get stuck in the wrong position. So that's very good that you escaped.
Yeah, I was worried about that, but we were able to get out.
Hopefully that doesn't kill the time wreck.
No, it should be good.
All right.
It's pretty lenient once you know how to actually run the stage.
A little bit of shade there.
I mean, we have routes. You know, it's not even really fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Power boost in cyberspace, that's not a thing that's open by default, but one of the updates added the cyberspace challenge, where you can play every cyberspace stage back to back to back, all 30 of them. And if you S-rank everything, then you unlock power boost inside cyberspace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and once you do it once, you get it for every file, so it's just an option that you unlock, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice change, but I'm not going to lie, I was tight when they added it just because it was like, okay, we've learned how to do all these cyberspace stages. Now we have to learn to do them again with like a different like feeling Sonic. So that was kind of frustrating at first to get used to, but it is faster, so it is better.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw us at GDQ, but we have to admire these bridges, and they're unskippable for a reason.
The beautiful architecture of the bridges.
Gosh, I love masonry.
Yeah, for some reason they made like all the bridge cutscenes unskippable. I don't know if that's like a logistic reason or like a, I don't know what they were cooking when they did it, but you know they did.
It is literally just a toggle on the object.
Oh, that's so sad.
That is sad. I'm pretty sure the reasoning behind it is so that a casual player will not miss the bridge being built, because it's like, okay, I need to go there next.
A lot of pop-ups. Thank you, game. We love the new updates.
Yeah.
So we just cleared the tutorial by getting the first Chaos Emerald there. We're actually starting to get more into the open zone area. So you're going to see us do a lot more map challenges and fight more Guardians and stuff. The routing here gets a lot more interesting as far as like optimally where to go. We kind of like make our way around the island, but we also have to deal with day and night cycle because there's certain map challenges that only can be completed at night on separate islands.
Thankfully, I guess there are none that are locked to the day, but that just kind of makes the night ones all the more confusing.
Yeah.
All right, and now one of the other requirements that we need is all skills, one thing here, and another is unlocking all of your friends, which is what the memory tokens are for. when you route in enough, you're able to actually like save your friends. That's sort of the way they gate your progression. And yeah, you're going to see us routing in a ton of memory tokens because unlike any percent, you have to get way more memory tokens to get all of the extra conversations. So we're going to be having to add in a lot here.
Yeah, I think there are 10 side conversations on each island. Something like that.
Yeah. And on Kronos, the requirement is actually kind of low comparatively to actually the second island, which has 200 and something, 240 something, right, Dawn?
Oh, man. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how much there is later. Okay, I'm getting kidnapped. The Sonic Frontiers experience.
Indeed.
Yeah, the 2D sections and rails can get all of us, even speedrunners. So.
Nice cutscene skip on shore there, by the way.
Yeah, if you look away, you can avoid that cutscene, which is really helpful because it takes a while.
Speaking of avoiding, Sonic's meant to get knocked back here, but you can just parry or boost or really do any action to cancel the knockback.
Yeah, I'm going to parry here so it doesn't mess me up. All right.
Parry stalling is an insane mechanic that they left in the game. It just makes things a lot more simple and be able to save yourself a lot easier in a lot of situations.
Yeah, you can hold your parry for about 15 seconds, and there's no timing window on like repelling an attack. So you can cheese challenges by just floating in the air.
Well made, boss.
Yeah. Hey, it's cinematic.
It is cinematic.
It is definitely one of the cooler bosses considering, I don't know, I feel like a lot of them aren't super unique. Oh, I forgot. I need to not do that. So if you bounce and then hold A on that, you can actually just go flying super high into the air. And out of habit, I just do it. But I kind of forgot how fast it picks you up.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually use that as one of the more easier and consistent strats in any percent to skip the whole island. Because you can do that trick on another set of platforms that are over by the waterfall. And you can just go straight into Giganto's arena.
Nice little. Kronos has some like really weird, simple challenges because they're just trying to ease you into everything, and it's I don't know. Some of those are kind of funny, like Psyloop some flowers.
Yeah. The challenges look really out of place in a run like this where we're just going point to point. If you slow down and like interact with all the rails and dash rings that they have scattered around, it usually guides you pretty naturally to each one, which is really nice. But when you don't do that, it's like, why do I have to run on a hamster wheel?
Yeah. What I will say is nice, though, is that a lot of these are pretty fast, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to complete all the challenges, but we get through them very quickly once we get to them.
Yeah, it takes longer to watch the cutscene after.
Yeah, it really does. Oh,
where is he going? On?
Oh, no. Oh, you
Camera's been kidnapped?
Yeah, so sometimes what this game does, you might have to unplug your controller and replug it back in.
Yeah.
Because it's registering the keyboard right now.
So we can do this during the fishing part because I don't need mouse, but right now I can't play. Oh, yeah. It's good, yeah. It's connected now, it's good. All right, technical difficulties, we're working on it, no worries.
We get a nice view of the Coco.
Just get to enjoy some of the trees a little bit. The beauty of Sonic Frontiers.
The trees.
All right. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You failed the brain teaser. Back to first grade with you.
Yeah, those ones are annoying because, like, you want to go so fast, but if you clip it just a little bit, it's going to be too much. But, you know, we got it done.
Yeah. Luckily, it, like, restarts right away as soon as you step off of it, so.
Yeah. So I think we're probably going to miss the cycle we're usually trying to go for here, but maybe we'll actually make the second part because it's a pretty wide cycle. If you see the squid enemies flying around the whole map, we actually try to catch them right here. And if not, we have some nice backups we can do, but it's kind of weird. But like squid enemies are some of the hardest to actually route in because it really depends on how fast you go, whether or not you're going to catch them.
Yeah, I think a lot of the routes are mostly centered around the timing of squid as well as the timing of night missions and stuff. So that theoretically, if you're going at a good pace, you'll be able to run into them when you need to. Mm-hmm. But sometimes that doesn't work out because, you know, something funny could happen and then you kind of just have to route on the fly. So that actually makes Hundo really interesting in that way.
Oh, yeah, over here. I usually do this the other way, so I was like, where did this thing go?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So yeah, some of these challenges are interesting. A lot of them revolve Psyloop this thing and then Psyloop another thing.
And sometimes there's a time limit.
Yep, and there is the time limit right now. Awesome.
Don, I don't know if you're going to make this one then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much time. I can't. There's so much to do. How am I supposed to do it in this little time?
Yeah, it's decision paralysis, really.
Only 30 seconds to spare.
Good job, good job.
And that's why he's a speedrunner.
Yeah, so the nice thing they actually added with the update, which is a blessing and a curse for the speedrunning community, they actually added trackers now. So we have like a better, okay, we're going to try something risky here.
I believe.
Ooh,
Okay, get custom with it.
that was a good launch.
All right, we take those. I love that movement. The only thing that's unfortunate about that is using this as a backup is that you're going to have to go through all of these automated sections over here. So it's going to take a little bit longer, but at least we can actually fight Squid. And we should be able to make the day-night cycle as well, because they decided to throw in challenges that only can happen at night. Which is like, why would you do this to us?
It wouldn't be that big of a deal if you could change whether it was day or night on the fly, but there's no option to do that. So you just kind of have to putz around until it's time.
Got the unlock there, Phantom Rush, little combat mechanic. Each attack fills the meter, and once it's full, you deal 20% more damage.
Yeah, it's nice. I forgot to activate it right away, but I was like, yeah, it's definitely worth to do right now.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, we're having to get a bit custom with it since we had to fight Squid in other ways. So let's go through what we would normally do over here.
The trick launches in this game are insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of why I love Hundo, is just because there's so many, like, you actually have a lot of reason to do some interesting movement. Whereas a lot of the any % stuff is really cool, but like it's kind of just the same stuff over and over. Where here it's like, there's so much routing to be done, and I'm sure we will continue routing this game till the end of time because there's just so much to do.
Yeah.
Have we checked how much zero deceleration affects the Hundo route?
Oh, it's going to change it a lot, which is, yeah, so the most recent update was just so game-changing. We decided not even to update the category yet and just give it some time, and since it's basically a different run than what I submitted, we're just kind of doing the base game version of Hundo essentially right now. The updates have been crazy.
Yeah, one of the features they added is, so in Sonic Frontiers, you can customize a lot of Sonic's like handling controls with sliders. And one of the sliders they added in the most recent update is deceleration, which, you know, affects how much speed you lose, like when you're in the air. And that changes the entire game. You can just boost off of like a little ramp and fly across the entire island. And that's not much of an exaggeration.
No, it's really not at all. Hey, I made a video about it. Go check it out.
That's true. Dawn did make a really good in-depth video about the second update.
Yeah, literally came out yesterday. It's doing real well, so yeah. Same name on screen. All right, so we have this one, basically run from point A to point B. Actually, let's try something cool here. We'll give it one shot.
He's going to point C to point B.
Yeah, this is so true. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Do you have Stomp unlocked?
Oh yeah, you're totally right.
Good call.
I don't even have the skill points. Let's go. You know, that makes sense why it didn't work and why I don't do that normally. I was like, hold on, there's something cool I can do here.
Yeah, it is really cool, but unfortunately you can't see it yet. We'll talk about it more once Dawn unlocks Stomp, because that's actually what allows us to do a really, really cool set of movement tricks.
I do not have enough for it yet. It was actually really close.
You're like half a point off.
Yeah.
You could get the box, I guess, over here.
Mm-hmm. And for this one, we'll actually be able to show off the hyper bounce, and it'll be useful, which will be cool. So yeah, we'll do the hyper bounce over here, and this is actually where we do it for any % as well. If you do the hyper bounce instead of the slingshot, because you can get over to the Giganto Arena, which is like just on the side of this mountain over here.
Giganto being the boss of this island, by the way.
Yeah.
And you can spawn him in.
Oh.
You've got more platforms, it's fine.
Yeah, we're just going to go up the normal way, it's fine.
Yeah, they'll reset in a second.
I didn't know you can hit them from the bottom like that. That's a new one.
Emergent gameplay.
Always something new with this game. I mean, and that's the beauty of this game is it's so new, but like there's already like the people of the like Sonic Frontier speedrunning community have already done so much to like really get into this game. Like this game is already such a really great speedrun. So
it was not wanting to de-aggro there.
The way all your abilities interact is really cool. Like, something Dawn's been doing a lot, but I don't think we've called out, is the homing dash, where if you homing attack onto an enemy and then use an air boost, it keeps the speed of the homing attack, which is very fast, and like stacks it with your air boost, and you can just go flying. It's not too dramatic here in the open zone, but in cyberspace, it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it absolutely, because you're able to gain so much speed so quickly. It's absolute game changer, and found like day 0 too. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think I got it working like day -2 or something. I mean, as soon as the game released.
Yeah, well, the game came out at first.
All right, so we're doing a bit of a weird route here because
Back to kindergarten.
our cycles kind of got a bit weird. Huh.
Yeah, I was actually wondering what you were going to do here. Are you going to go for the emerald and then go back, I guess?
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Because I think it's still kind of far from night, so.
I was still aggro to the enemy. Yeah, you can't do anything when you're aggroed. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you can't quit out to like load a save or anything either.
Yeah. Settle in, boys. This is one of the game's unskippable cutscenes. Each Titan tends to have one of these. They go on for a while. Very cool, very cinematic.
Yeah, that'll probably be during the fishing part. So yeah, we'll take care of the tech issues there, and there's actually I think I'm gonna have to do something real quick too. Yeah, there you go. All right, so right after this, we're gonna have to do some stuff real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you trying right now?
Well, you go for it. Yeah.
Is it this mouse?
Yes. Did it tap back in? There you go.
Yeah, probably.
This. While we're chilling here, we actually have a donation that came in from Smolamar for $20. It says, "Hi Dawn, good luck on hitting the gritty. The arts depend on it." Thank you to Smolamar for that donation.
Is it all good on here?
The Frontiers community is very good at naming tricks.
Yeah, so Gordon was just referring to the homing dash. There's actually a lot of different names for that trick. One of those is hitting the gritty.
I'm gonna need to reset the game real quick, so I'll do it. Right
But some
after
people
this.
call it the magnet dash or the M dash as a reference to a similar trick that is in Spark.
The Electric Jester, yeah.
Yeah, Spark the Electric Jester.
When the game released, we kind of had like the Great Gritty Wars.
Oh yeah, there are some people who refuse to call it hitting the gritty, but
They were very adamant.
oh,
Save Sonic! Save him!
Okay, I did that in the wrong order. Hold up.
Okay, this time for sure.
so at home, actually, Dawn has a split here that's called hitting the gritty with Giganto.
It's
'cause
true.
You actually do a gritty off of the rocks so that you can get up to the Giganto faster. And you just have to sit here and mash. There's not really a lot of other speedy things we can do here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to do a strat where you like jump and then do the gritty and you get like a nice angle straight to Giganto's head and you can start hitting him right away, but the timing got kind of messed up. And then also whenever you move, the camera starts moving with you in like a dramatic, cinematic way. It's a bit weird. Yeah, so there's nice little cutscene. It's kind of funny with Sonic in the birthday outfit. Getting knocked
This
around
is
by
an awful
Giganto.
birthday, I must say.
I know. By the end of it, he'll have seen a lot of things on his birthday, unfortunately.
So actually, if we had, if everything went as planned, this puts us in the area of Kronos where the cutscene happens after collecting the emerald. So normally it would line us up well to be able to do a night mission that's over here as well.
Okay, we're gonna reset the game real quick. I'll do 2 saves just in case.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
Okay.
Quick little reboot. Not part of the run, but part
Yeah.
hopefully to help fix the tech issues.
Really? I thought these were secret 100% strats that you've got from us.
So I'm just gonna reopen it. Do you wanna? I don't know. What else do you want?
There are definitely strats in other games where closing the game is good, but not for Frontiers.
Yeah. It's just stare into the dark void. Oh, hey, it's back.
Hey.
Here's a short stare.
That's a taboo.
Oh, actually, yeah, it might not. Here, let me reopen it again, because sometimes the audio breaks.
We would just like to remind everyone that this game is not held together with duct tape and glue.
Yeah. Well, the PC version does have a little bit of
Sucks
kinks.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It might actually be the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just make sure you're clicked in when the game's loading and give it some time.
You see the mouse?
If you're playing in windowed mode, you can also sometimes click onto another window and then back onto the game window, and it'll fix. Only sometimes, though.
Only sometimes.
Is that the battle? Oh, there you go. Okay, so just go to the Hedge Mod Manager again, and then hit Save and Play, and then click onto the game, because if you're not tapped in, sometimes the audio will die. So just make sure you're clicked in.
Yep.
Yeah, this game is very scuffed, and we have issues all the time.
Yeah.
But we love
this-
it.
It's mostly just the PC version. The console versions are fine. There's not really any issues with
There
like
should be
booting the
audio
game or
now.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
In fact, like the PS5 version is just objectively the best way to run this game.
it is, yeah. And generally, you would think it would be the PC version just because you have better equipment. But yeah, no, the PlayStation version is probably the best way to run this game. We actually have separate boards though for PC and console, because on PC we have the ability to do times without loads counted in, but we can't do that for console consistently because the loads are variable. So generally, like any of the PC runs for Sonic Frontiers are timed in loadless. But it's just straight up RTA, real time for consoles.
And the crazy thing is, with that, PS5 can still get similar times.
Yeah.
Like top times.
Yeah, absolutely. The load times on PS5 are very good. Sometimes better than most people's PCs. Hey.
Let's go. We back in.
I'm so glad Sonic's back. I've missed him so much.
All right, so yeah, things are going to be a bit weird routing-wise. We're probably just going to have to come back for some of the night missions, and that's all right.
Yeah, I think that does restarting the game mess with the day-night cycle? I don't
It
remember.
probably does, yeah.
It should save your position in it.
I genuinely don't remember as far as like saves go for it.
It's tracked in save data, I believe.
Okay.
But this is Sonic Frontier, so things don't always work nicely.
Yeah.
We gotta kill the second sister right here. Oh no!
Mention things being nice. This boss is anything but.
Very well.
Hey.
Very good and functioning boss.
You haven't clicked through him yet.
That's true.
Yeah, that is absolutely something we do expect whenever you fight this boss, actually. Kind of crazy.
One of the very small time save things that you
There it is.
Yep. Wait.
Wait, can you
parry
get
it?
out?
I love Sonic Frontiers.
It's really cool.
He's such a good game, man.
One of the things Dawn did to save time there was when unlocking a skill, while the animation is playing of it unlocking, you can exit the pause menu to save a little bit of time by pressing pause again.
Yeah, these Guardians are quite a lot to deal with. Thankfully, they didn't put us around more maps because this boss is so weird sometimes.
Yeah. This is the last one we have to fight, so.
Oh, and we clipped inside again. Let's go.
Yo.
Trick launching straight down?
This is marathon luck for sure in a bad way.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you expected out of a Sonic game, but I think this probably adds up, right?
Yeah. It's also worth mentioning, Dawn did kill Sora once already, but Hundo requires killing all the spawns of the Guardian on the map.
Yeah.
And they have typically 2 of each.
Yeah, I think there's like in Arenos, there's a few with 3, and even some with 1. It's just kind of
Yes,
all over the
yeah.
place, to be honest.
Why couldn't they have had only 1 Asura?
Yeah, the first one went real nice. All right, so yeah, we're going to be doing, if you've seen any percent speedruns, like kind of the reverse route of what we used to do here to get the skill points and the memory tokens. We're going to go ahead and climb the tower as well.
And it is a bit faster to cancel your climb with a jump and then immediately boost back in and repeat.
Just like that.
And it can give you insane height.
Yeah, the timing of it's a bit weird, but...
I don't know if we actually ever officially named this, but I always called it hopscotch.
All right, I'm going to try something here.
Yeah, I think that's what we went with.
Oh no, I faced him away. So if you end this challenge, you can actually do that conversation with Sage right there during this cutscene, which is really helpful. Saves like a little bit of time. It's just kind of a cool thing mostly. I've seen some really weird situations where the game kind of freaks out and like it almost looked like he was going to soft lock on me one time. All right, so we're going to skip a challenge over here by using the height we already have as well. to just go straight up here and skip all that dumb platforming.
Yeah, you normally have to side-loop that like pedestal that's right there by the question mark sign to like spawn a tower, I guess? Is that what it does?
Yeah, it sort of builds up the tower when you side loop it.
That is I think one of the only times that mechanic is used, and you just skipped it.
Yep.
Come on, man. Where's the gameplay?
Yeah, we never need to see it.
But the dev's vision.
Yeah, Kishimoto's vision.
Also, this challenge right here is the bane of Router's existence because there's no way to make it good. Like, you kind of just always have to backtrack for it, and there's not really a way to make it fast. Even with enemies right there, you'd think I would be able to do Slingshot, which I will show off in a little bit. But it's a really cool piece of tech that we use to stomp to, kind of the same as the gritty or homing dash, whatever you want to call it. Cancel out of the stomp with the boost and keep that momentum. It's a pretty cool trick. Also, we are right in the middle of the Zelda block, and if you're a Zelda fan, we got goats for you.
Oh yeah, a little bit of a Twilight Princess moment right here.
Yeah.
But the goats have bombs now.
Yeah.
They do. I think that would make Twilight Princess a bit more fun, honestly.
What, of exploding goats?
Yeah. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, Dawn's doing a little bit of a slide tech here to push them forward a little faster. You can't, I don't remember if you can boost during this, but it would make things a lot more difficult because the Cocos will kind of spread out a bit.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to collect some stuff over here, and we're going to do our first cyberspace of the island outside of the tutorial ones right now. This is 1-4. We've been collecting these portal gears throughout the whole run so that we can do all of the cyberspace stages as we go. And this one's pretty cool. We're going to have a gritty / homing dash right here at the beginning that I will be holding my breath for. But besides that, it's a pretty simple stage, and it's pretty easy to get all of the requirements here, as long as you're able to remember what to do.
Is this a Sonic Generations reference?
Oh no. Here, I'm going to try that again.
Round 2.
Oh, wait.
Oh, he's too far.
You can, but it's going to be tight.
Yeah, it's
okay,
fine.
good. You avoided that.
Yeah, the dash ring there is actually pretty fast, but just mostly trying to make sure that we don't fall off the stage, because that is a pretty likely outcome, actually.
Yeah, that is the big thing.
Go ahead and get that red ring right there.
If you're familiar with Sonic games, you've probably picked up on this, but pretty much every cyberspace stage is either a direct rip or pays a lot of homage to a previous stage in the Sonic game. Like this one's Green Hill Zone from Generations, but just some 3D bits.
Mm-hmm. I believe the first stage is a reference to, or it pays homage, I guess, to an Unleashed stage. I think when
Yeah, Windmill Isle Act 1.
Yeah.
The tutorial.
Yeah, the tutorial level.
All right, we're able to get all of the missions there. Let's go. We're going to be going ahead and finishing out the map challenges. Shout out to Josh, who was able. If you watch Sonic Unleashed speedruns, you've probably seen him speedrun. He's really good at the game, and he did a lot of the routing with me for this game, along with a few other people. And he pretty much, we were all basically trying to figure out the Chronos route because it seemed like the most complicated, and then we ended up basically going with mostly Josh's route, where he decided to pretty much just do all the map challenges first and foremost and figure out everything else later. Because actually when you unlock all the map challenges, you're able to teleport from each stage instead of having to run to each.
And teleporting is quite fast in this game due to how they set it up. They just move Sonic directly to the coordinates and then play like a little cutscene that you can skip.
And funny enough, they put this one, this literally right here, just sitting there. All right, so quick little challenge there. We're going to have to find some point to fight that squid.
Oh, yeah.
Because normally what we do is we defeat the squid and we leave the portal gear because it actually respawns right over here, like on this bridge. I'm passing it right now.
Where is Squid?
Yeah.
Squidington.
I was going to say, maybe you could fight Ninja first.
Yep. Oh yeah, Squid will be coming around. We'll probably be able to finish this challenge and then hop right on Squid, hopefully.
And because Dawn unlocked the stomp ability, he cannot currently... Well, I guess you can do it still. Sorry, I was thinking of loop kick. The binding for abilities in Sonic Frontiers is not amazing, as we'll see later in the run. Like the stomp thing that he does that by canceling a regular attack with a boost and then pressing B. But once you unlock a later skill, Loop Kick, that'll give you a completely different and very slow attack instead.
Yeah, and okay, so here we're going to be looking out for Squid, because we are basically done with the map challenges now. We just have to do the 2 night ones, so we're going to be waiting around on that anyway. And Squid is right on time. Awesome cutscene. Squid jump scare. Except you can't actually even see Squid.
Yeah, so again, there are certain automated sections, though, where Squid just has to run, and you can't hit him early, but other than that one loop here, we can get him pretty early and fight him right away, as opposed to like when we met him on the other side of the island, where we had to wait for him to go over the water and do a bunch of loops and stuff.
All right, so I'm going to actually wait for this portal here. Might need it. All right, and then I think it's just about time that we can go do the night missions now, because we're pretty much done with most of the stuff we need to do. All right, here's the plan. We're going to go over here. We're going to talk to Amy. We're totally routing this on the fly. But the nice part is actually when you're boosting, time passes a little bit faster, actually. So you might see us in sunset right now, and very quickly it'll be becoming night. And right over to our right side is going to be the first night mission that we need to do. And then we'll try to probably find an enemy to slingshot off for the next one, but the night mission should be activating like just about any second now over in this forest.
Yeah, time goes 5 times as fast
we
while
go.
boosting.
It's already activated. Let's go.
Wow, 5 times as fast when boosting? That's crazy.
Leaving cyberspace adds 2 hours as well.
Let's do a nice little jank infinity symbol.
Did you know?
Did you know?
It was a really funny bit in the speedrunning community, because when this game came out, there was actually like footage early on of them showing them using the infinity symbol for boost, but everybody was like, wait, did you know? Did speedrunners know about the infinite boost by drawing an infinity symbol with Siloop?
They're like, yeah, you can do all this tech where you go around and do all these crazy things, but you can boost forever.
And it's funny because it's actually not even forever. It's like a timer that you have infinite boost for.
Yeah, it's like 3 minutes or something. I think I timed it one time.
It is quite long, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you're definitely having it for quite a while. And yeah, so these night missions, I don't know why they made them night missions. I'm just Silooping some light. Like, why can't I do this during another time? It looks
Obviously,
pretty.
you can't see them during the day, Dawn. It'd be too bright.
I guess not. All right, so I think, yeah, we're really close to having enough memory tokens here. I'll probably grab a couple strays just to make sure we're good. And yeah, now, so this is basically where the Josh route nearly ends. He did this so that you can fast travel to all the portals, because we're going to have to go all the way back to 1-2 anyway here. Let's see if I can grab this memory token. And we're out. So we're going to go over here. One of the things, like I mentioned before, is all of the side stories.
Uh-oh. I think you're dead.
Yeah. That was a chain of events.
Yeah. When Sonic goes into that sliding animation there where he like sticks his leg out, it's doomed. You're done. Absolutely cooked. There's nothing you can do to save it.
Sometimes you can like sidestep, but it's not often.
Yeah, for some reason Sonic does not like boosting off of the cyberspace portals. And it's all right.
That was a good conversation with Amy.
Yep. We're just going around making the rounds, doing all the conversations. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to be going through the cyberspace stages one by one. This is probably, I actually really like this route because you just get to see all the cyberspace stages back to back, and it's a really fun little gauntlet. All right, so 1-3, this stage is pretty cool. I remember I like, this is like one of the stages I IL'd for quite a while when the game first came out. Had a good time with it.
I do love 2D.
This is actually one of the 2D stages I kind of like. It's very simple.
We're just gonna,
yeah,
that
that's
was a
fair.
weird start. Want to make sure I don't miss the time requirement there.
I like the 2D stages, mostly in this game. I think that's a hot take at this point, though.
Yeah. Well, I will say with the newest update, implementing Spin Dash does make the 2D stages a lot better.
Yeah, Spin Dash is insane. Worth noting, you do have Power Boost here, but it doesn't make you go faster in 2D.
Yeah, it's very odd that they did it like that.
It does look like you're going faster, though.
I'm just too good. It just looks really fast because I'm just that good, right?
Yeah, also that, too. I mean, I will say it is really impressive, especially in some of the later cyberspace stages, seeing all the missions completed in one run. Because it's very obvious that they didn't intend for most people to be able to do it.
If they had just made the time requirements like 1-2, I don't know if we could have.
Yeah.
Which
All
is
right.
funny because we can in that stage.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty tough grind, but we were able to get all of the stages and all missions done, especially with the addition of the deceleration and the power boost as well. It makes it so much easier, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And I think you're playing with max deceleration here, like you haven't turned it down.
Yeah, we're basically playing as though this most recent patch didn't happen, because, like I said, I submitted it with a very different, in a very different time for the game, and unfortunately they decided to patch the game the week before this run, so it was going to be too much to reroute the entire game.
Yeah, and we're not being dramatic here. It changes so much. It is like almost a completely different game.
If you've ever seen any of the like physics momentum fan mods or whatever, it plays like one of those.
It does.
You jump and you fly.
Yeah, needless to say, the most recent update for this game was insanely cool. But
Yeah. Like when they originally announced it and said that it was just going to be a birthday update, I was like, oh, it's going to be like some nice little cosmetics. No, they added like some of the most game-changing stuff to the game just in general.
yeah,
It's kind of wild.
It really feels like a whole new game. Well, not entirely, but in a lot of ways.
yeah. Should definitely be chilling here for all the requirements.
Yeah, I was trying to remember how many rings it is for this one, but I always forget. This one's 20, so it's like, it's so easy to get. I wasn't even going out of my way for rings.
Yeah, oh, it's 40.
Oh, it is 40, okay. Well,
Okay.
good thing I got them.
Yeah.
I wrote it down wrong on my splits then, I guess.
You'll either have a ring requirement that's like get 200,000 rings or get 7.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty accurate, honestly.
Well, it's funny too because you'll have sometimes cyberspace stages where it might go wrong with like time-wise for you. You like might make a few mistakes and you'll be like, oh no, there's no way I get the S rank here, and then you beat it by like a minute still.
Yeah. Like this whole thing looked totally wrong, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
We are chilling. All right, so 1/6. This one actually is pretty hard. Regardless, like if you're trying to go fast, it's going to be pretty difficult to actually get a good time. I'm going to be playing for some pretty safe strats here, just to make sure that we're able to get everything. Oh, I got so much more height than I wanted there. Let's bail. All right, we were able to get that red ring. That red ring is the whole reason why we didn't want to continue that homing dash there. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, almost forgot about the spring. There's so many different like route changes we've done for this stage. It's hard to remember exactly what optimal is. This IL is crazy if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
It is. It's like 20 seconds at this point, I think. For the any percent one.
Yeah, it's kind of insane how far, like the ILing scene for this game is really cool actually. They've definitely done a really good job of just making the game look absurd.
Yeah. And like it's a lot of stages lifted from other games, but it kind of gets away with that because they're good.
Yeah, they actually are. They took a lot of the really good games and meshed them into the Frontier style pretty well. And look at that, plenty of time to go.
Nice.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that was really good. I consider this probably the hardest Chronos one.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how hard you push 1/7 because that stage can be pretty difficult.
Oh, yeah.
I'd still say that this is probably harder. It's like this or 1/1 probably. But 1/1 isn't too bad. It's just power boost definitely makes it less consistent.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a Sage over here. So Sage spawns in after a lot of the story is already done. So that is like a good reason why we actually teleport back too, is because we're going to have these conversations anyway. And so revisiting them with the teleport is actually really nice, since we pretty much have to go back to everywhere in the island, right?
Yeah. It makes backtracking a lot more bearable, for sure.
And if you're a fan of Sonic Adventure 2, and you know, me and Em are Sonic Adventure 2 speedrunners, City Escape.
City Escape, yes.
I love City Escape.
We will not be happy playing City Escape tomorrow during our LTA, though. Let me say that.
No. Yeah, we have the Sonic Adventure 2 LTA tomorrow, which is going to be really dope.
Yeah, make sure to check that out. It's going to be 8 hours of some of the game's best runners just doing attempts. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and this cyberspace stage in this game is actually probably one of my favorite ones to do all missions for.
Let's go.
What the heck? I've never seen the Hundo route for this. So, that's so cool.
Yeah, I love that IL. I was like really routing that one out and trying to figure it out. I know Em and Josh also came up with a lot of strats for it. It actually is so fun to do with all missions.
Yeah.
Just for some reference, the any percent time for this is, I think, like 15 seconds at this point. It might be lower.
I think it's lower with the new update.
With deceleration and stuff it is.
Yeah, at the start, you like jump off the rails. You don't even go there, actually. You light dash, you land on the edge of the wall, and then you just fly to the end. Because there are no kill plates.
Yeah.
Did I proc? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. So you might have noticed me collecting all the purple coins. That is because in this route or in this category, you need to do all of the catches for Big the Cat. Let's go.
We love Big the Cat.
I love fishing.
I have not seen this with the birthday update. That's really funny.
One of the things that is convenient for us as speedrunners, but kind of ruins the illusion a bit for the casual playthrough, is that all of the fish, they are not random when you pull them up. They actually pull from a list. You get them in the same order every time, which is kind of sad in that regard. But as far as speedrunning goes, it helps a lot for Hundo, because then we don't have to waste any extra time hoping that we get the right fish here. And at any percent, it works out because we actually fish at the final island because we get a lot of resources from Big the Cat after collecting a bunch of purple coins throughout the game.
I don't think that cutscene with the birthday outfit's ever going to get old.
It is worth mentioning, there is still RNG in fishing, though. The developers
Yes.
couldn't get away without that. The time it takes for a fish to bite ranges from 0 seconds to 45.
Yeah.
It's really ridiculous when you see somebody doing a speed run and then they end up waiting 40 seconds on a bite.
Yeah.
I think the longest I've seen someone get is 30. I'm still waiting for the 45.
I'm pretty sure that was Silent Motorboat, right?
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, SMP was like on, it was either record pace or near record pace in Arenos. And in the any percent route, we do fish for like 10 catches or something. And it was like a 25-second catch time. He's just sitting there like, okay, I'm just watching my entire time, my whole time save bleeding away. Like, what happened? And it's so rare, too. That's the weird thing. It's usually within a second or two.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, so it is random, but generally for the amount of fishing that we're doing for any percent, you get around like the same time every time. It is like, there's kind of like an average time that you get. But so every once in a while, somebody just gets rolled and then you have to sit there and just watch your time bleed away.
Yeah, it's very sad. Fortunately, I've not had any incredibly long ones, like 5-10 seconds, you know, but I mean, that's nothing in comparison.
Oh, wait.
Wait a minute?
Imagine?
World record? Oh, okay, it's only 5 seconds.
It's disappointing.
It would be really funny if you got that for the marathon.
The marathon luck.
Yeah, the reverse marathon luck. Well, hopefully we do get some good marathon luck. We'll be playing some pinball later, and that is basically luck, to be honest.
I forgot we have to play pinball.
We do.
I don't want to spoil that. We should wait for.
Yeah,
we should wait for when that comes up.
We'll talk about it later. Yeah.
Honestly, nothing we can say could prepare the people for pinball.
It's true.
There is, so really quick, there is actually one donation that came through. I don't know if it was read on the previous run, an hour ago from Boat Van for $200.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Boat Van, no comment. But yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for donating to the event.
Love to see that.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, the thing is with Hundo is we have a lot of time with Big the Cat. I know people are excited for that.
I guess fun Big the Cat fact, Big's shop kind of breaks the economy of this game because you can buy skill points, you can buy cocoa, you can buy the seeds that you need to upgrade stuff with, you can buy memory tokens, you can buy keys, you can buy everything just by fishing. In the last island, you can max everything out in like 30 minutes of fishing.
Yeah.
So in one of the updates, they added in extreme difficulty, which you die in one hit, you can't level up your stats, and they crashed the fishing economy. They added a 0 to the end of every single price. I think it's like 50 for one memory token or something.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Like, even if you spend a good amount of time fishing, you're really only getting like a chunk of what you need for a whole island. They really didn't want, it's extreme. They didn't want you to just get away with it.
Well, what's really funny though is like I actually, when extreme mode came out, I was messing around with it with like just doing an any % one with run with extreme difficulty to see what it would change. It only really changed like a couple of tricks in Chaos Island, and then like at the very end of the game, that was like when I needed to fish. That's when I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
For reference, you get like, what is it, 8 tokens on Ornos, or is it 16? Usually from the average catch.
You spend 8 to fish.
Okay, you spend 8 to fish.
Yeah. I think the max you can get is 64.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
It's insane, like compared to this, because they just basically double every time. So the lowest catch here is 1. I think it goes up to 6. I think maybe the scrolls are 8, but those are rare.
There's farm.
One of the things we actually don't get for the 100% category, just because I think the reasoning was because it would have just added more fishing time for no reason, is the Eggman memos. We don't collect those in the 100% run because it's literally all it adds to the run is just spending more time doing this, which we already have to do so much fishing anyway in the run.
Yeah, and I think the main thing that swung people was that when you exit, even without the egg memos, it shows you 100% completion on the portal as soon as you get every unique fish.
Yes.
So it's like, well, the game says it's 100% complete. Like, why are we gonna say that it's not?
Yeah. Does our new tracker in the most recent update even include Eggman?
No. Not
Wow.
Wow,
Last minute
interesting.
edition.
Yeah, it doesn't count the egg memos. It doesn't count the music notes. It's kind of weird. Like they kind of picked and choose like weird things to count for their version of 100%. But there's definitely going to be a category based off of getting all the medals. And Sonic gets a nice little crown at the end if you do everything, which is cool. Nice little bonus for completing the game. Always appreciate those.
Yeah, it's better than getting nothing.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Extreme.
They're like, congrats. Play the game again?
Yeah.
And you
That's about it.
you don't even get anything from it, not even like a badge on the title screen.
Oh, that is weird. You would think that because whenever you complete all the challenges, you get a badge, and I'm kind of shocked you don't for Extreme.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, I will say, I mean, our opinions are obviously a little bit biased because we've played this game so much. Like, extreme mode for us isn't going to be that bad, but to a casual player, it's probably like a lot different. So I don't know how many casual people are going to finish extreme mode anyway.
Yeah, the thing about Extreme mode that's weird is like the parry is super broken, and not only blocking attacks, but like if you get hit and you're able to parry or like jump out of it before you land on the ground, you just don't take damage.
Yeah.
So it makes it kind of weird, like for Extreme mode. I don't know. Kind of kills the hype for it a little bit.
Attire.
Attire.
Any Mario runners?
Yeah, shout out to Mario. I'm Attire.
All right, so we have a few more fishes to go here. We're looking for the Eggman goal sign. Once we get that, we are good to go. And we're going to move on with the rest of Kronos, which we are basically done with Kronos anyway. Moving on to Ares Island. Oh. All right, unfortunate.
Oh, no.
Did that cost you any...
No, I don't think so.
It didn't make you pull the like line back in, so...
You're probably fine then, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think... I forget the number. I want to say it's 104 tokens is when you're done. So we have a few more to go.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're basically just going to be finishing up the rest of the story, finishing up some side missions. And I believe at this point we've fought every Guardian but one tower. And then also we'll get to show off the slingshot, which I don't think we have yet in the run.
No, we haven't gotten the chance to.
So yeah, if you remember getting the last Chaos Emerald in this area, you have to do this whole like gauntlet platforming and challenge, combat challenge before you can get to it. We're just going to skip all of it.
Yeah.
And we'll show you how. It's pretty cool. It's probably one of the harder slingshots in this whole run, and it's the first one that we do, so hopefully that'll go well. All right, a couple more to go.
By the way, we were not kidding when we said we were spending quality time with Big the Cat.
Yep.
That is not a joking matter.
Only got to do this, what, 3 more times?
Yep.
Yeah, just about.
I love big.
I mean, it's pretty nice though, because especially on like Arenos Island, we're gonna have so many tokens that we're just gonna be able to like buy everything that we need, pretty much.
Yeah.
Max out speed for the people.
We might do it. And there you go. That is the official last catch for Kronos Island. So we're gonna go ahead and I would recommend covering your ears real quick.
Oh yeah, this is pretty loud.
All this time I thought I didn't have game audio.
I also thought we didn't have game audio, but I hear it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just bought a whole bunch of offense seeds. So basically, we're gonna be able to fight the Guardians a lot faster now. And when you're first leveling it up, they scale a lot differently. So we're gonna be super powerful here. All right, so let's go over here. We're gonna teleport to this hermit and talk to him to level up real quick, and then progress the story a bit.
Yeah, Sonic's base damage, I think it starts at 10 points and then it maxes at 40 once your attack level is maxed out. But that value gets applied on top of everything else, and each individual move has like multipliers. Supersonic gets multipliers, Phantom Rush is another multiplier. So it scales absurdly fast.
Yeah.
It really does, yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do some of these side stories real quick. Okay, cool. The enemy despawned. I was worried about that for a second. All right, so here's a fun little game. You get to garden, but the bees want to attack.
Not the bees.
This
And,
is actually the one point in the game where the infinite boost is actually useful.
It is, yeah, because your boost gauge runs out incredibly quickly. It's like a second or two, so it's actually useful to activate infinite here.
Fun fact about this mission. You're meant to do it with quick Psyloop.
Oh,
Wait, really?
Yeah, if you quick Psyloop those things, then they bloom into flowers and attract the bees. And if you homing attack them, you get a ton of meter. And the game does tell you that. It specifically says quick Psyloop. But at like this point in the story, everybody just assumes, oh, it's regular Psyloop. They do it, nothing happens.
Dang.
wow, that's crazy. I actually didn't even know that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and here, we're going to try out that slingshot real quick. This one's kind of hard because if you break the line of sight with Sonic, it will totally break that.
Also,
Okay.
here's what a slingshot is in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
So you hit the gritty, and that lets you extend your lock-on radius. And then you do the stomp ability, which teleports you above an enemy. You cancel it at kind of a specific time, and air boost stacks your speed, and that just lets you soar wherever you want. You can use it for distance, you can use it for height, really anything you want.
Yeah, it is a really strong trick that we have access to.
It's also
Yeah.
easy, by the way. Like if
It
you
is
want to
pretty easy.
Yeah.
just boot in and try it.
Let's land real quick because I want to boost. So now the nice part, usually you're supposed to defeat this enemy before you even enter that area. But we're just going to do it in reverse order because we still got to beat the guy anyway. And yeah, the Guardians are way easier now.
Yeah, 51 attack, good gosh.
Yeah. That's why we spent all of our tokens there. And also, you can actually skip this cutscene, but if you do it wrong, you soft lock the game. So yeah, that's why I didn't try that. And I believe this should be the last Amy conversation here. Unfortunately, we have the last memory token we need. We're going to go ahead and double check everything while we're here. I guess we can wait. Oh yeah, okay, so we got to go over there to confirm, but let's go ahead and make sure we did everything on the island. Guardians all done. Mystery, we got to do that one, and all the challenges done. All right, we're all good. Sweet.
I guess you can just use the built-in menu after this island.
This is true, yeah, but I still don't know how it tracks stuff like Guardians, so it might not be our same definition, you know?
It is.
Oh, okay. Hadn't confirmed that yet, but I assumed it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, the updates
on
really
that list.
changed the game, and it came out a week ago. So.
Yeah, that is the weird part. We're still certainly in the learning process as a community and also trying to show it off, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's really a weird limbo. This game, it's so sick to run, but every 3 months something major drops. It's like, okay, how has the entire game changed this time?
Yeah.
It's fun though. We've never had that before for a Sonic game. And speaking of never before, hello Zelda.
Okay, let's try to make sure we remember how to do this properly.
Are you
Because there is a few ways to do it.
Are you gonna do the wiggle?
No, I'm not going to do the wiggle.
Okay, he's playing it correctly. This light puzzle gave a lot of people trouble casually. There is a way to cheese it. If you like very lightly just tap the thing, then the pillar you selected will like desync from all the others, so you can turn individual ones.
Yeah, so there's a 6-move solve that we just did there basically, and there is a faster one, but yeah, it's the wiggle is a bit weird for that.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to remember a whole 4 steps.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's a lot to remember. I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, what are you, some kind of hundo runner?
Yeah, see, I already got all my routes for everything down here on the other monitor. All right, actually, one thing I didn't check. Cyberspace. Yeah, we're all good. Sometimes it's easy to miss if you did all missions, actually. All right, and so this is going to be it with Kronos. We're going to be doing the final boss of the area.
Giganto.
He's not really going to look like a final boss when Sonic gets his hands on him, though. I'll say that.
This is such a cool moment casually, but the speedrun's just like...
I wanted to do it kind of any %-esque. It's fine.
Hey, that's okay. You didn't get launched off of him. Let's see if you get the glitch, though. Oh, you're good.
Okay.
Very rarely when grabbing that emerald, you sometimes just won't go supersonic, but Giganto will like try to transition to this part of the fight. So you're just stuck.
We're just going to side with him, because otherwise he's going to hit. There you go.
And you can, in fact, side loop the Titans. Guardian? Giants? What's their name?
Who are you?
Who are they?
I promise I run this game. I'm just too deep in the files.
The bosses.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
They should use that more often.
Oh, it's Titans, isn't it?
The Titans,
Yeah,
yes.
there we go. That's crazy that we didn't remember that.
You mean we didn't remember the Titans? Man.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. A wonderful reference there. All right, so we're going to try to get... Okay, we don't have enough meter for quick side whip, unfortunately, so we're going to have to dodge the laser here. I should have grabbed it earlier, just kind of didn't... Forgot about needing it.
Grand Slam?
Yeah, we'll do it for the fans.
Yes.
We got the cool animation here.
Oh, you turned off the move camera.
Oh, yeah.
That's so much lamer.
It really is. It really is, yeah. That's kind of wild. I've never even seen it like that.
So, oh. Gonna do the spin?
Dawn spin.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Dude, this game
match
has
faster.
so much. This is true, yeah, match faster.
That's the thing they added in Update 1. They have those mashing QTEs, but in Update 1, they never told anyone this, but you can spin the left stick instead of pressing X, and it's the fastest thing in the world.
It is, yeah. I still forget about it from time to time, and I'm just sitting here mashing, and yeah. Like, the reason why it's so fast is because basically every, like, you know, you have the 8 directions from the stick that it's reading, and every time you pass a direction is an input. So one spin of the stick is 8 inputs. It is crazy mashing speed.
You'll get it for Wyvern. Don't worry.
It's true, yeah. We have plenty of mashing time in Wyvern.
Plenty of quick time events to go.
Hey,
right.
there's the stuff.
And so, yeah, those are what we're looking to complete. We want to see 100% in those 5 medals done. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pretty much just instantly go over here.
Okay, time to really show off Slingshot.
Yeah, areas we're going to be slingshotting quite a bit because of how much ground there is to match.
Thank you, Umbrella.
Yeah, I love getting my camera kidnapped. Appreciate that a lot.
It's funny, most of the moves in Frontiers have like a cinematic camera attached to him. People didn't like that, so they made it a toggle. Umbrella, that enemy right there, forcibly takes control of the camera, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Dawn right there was doing a little optimization where you only need to do a certain amount of damage to the dummy, but if you run far enough away where you're still in the challenge, but like basically on the border of where the challenge ends, you can side loop for memory tokens while waiting. And because we need so many for Ares, it's just good to try to side loop for some potential extra memory tokens when possible.
Yeah, especially when there's like nothing to do there, just to wait.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just try to see if we can get anything.
Side loop the sand.
Yeah, side looping the sand is such a fun mechanic.
These
Very
are
enjoyable.
They're really challenging challenges.
All right, so here we get to show off side loop again, and or not side loop, sorry, slingshot. That's the word.
There's so many. It's okay.
Oh wait, I just realized because we're on the most recent update, you won't be able to do less.
Yeah. So the routing's going to change a little bit from what we're used to, but that's all right.
Yeah, there was a skip that they actually, it's probably one of the only skips that I think that they've patched out. And I think it's just because of how the update works with action challenges or whatever.
Yeah.
For like teleporting Sonic, because what we used to do is we abused a thing where Sonic would get locked onto a climbable wall during cutscenes, and his position would stay there to allow us to perform a trick that skipped in like an automated section chase with Wyvern.
Yeah.
But because they changed how that works in cutscenes and stuff being on the climbable wall, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
I think that was just an unintentional patch of the skip. Because actually, they've been really good about leaving most of the speedrunning tricks in the game. So we love Sega for that.
Yeah.
The homing dash, they officially acknowledged that in Update 1. They put like a little asterisk by your time if you use it.
Yeah.
And then in this update, they added 3 more asterisks that you can get if you use spin dash, tweak deceleration, homing dash, and what's the last one?
Wait.
Power boost?
Power boost.
Power
that's
boost,
it.
yeah.
Speaking of Power Boost makes stages like this with like really precision platforming kind of tough, but obviously it's faster, so like it's worth.
Yeah, this is definitely the main stage in my brain when I'm thinking about stages I was upset about when I had to relearn them when they put in Power Boost.
I don't know why people hate this stage so much.
You don't like dying very often? That's probably why.
It's the IL runner in me. The brain rot's too strong.
Nice. That was
See?
pretty good.
Good.
It's so clean.
Yeah, any percent runners have kind of gone crazy with this all missions IL, but I don't know. I'll lose my 6 seconds in peace. It's a
Yeah.
really tough stage already.
There's a gritty you can do to get like right to the goal ring in the.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's really cool. But yeah, it's so difficult to do, and I don't know if I'm trying to do a really tough IL in my 5-hour speed run.
Yeah, I mean, it's also really risky too because you have to do the gritty off a spring that's like over a bottomless pit.
Oh yeah, death is just a step away.
So we're collecting some memory tokens over here. There is no map challenges right there, but there's one over here over this arch.
Nice Air Jordan there, I think we're calling it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sidestepping in this game is really good. You've probably seen Dawn doing it a lot instead of boosting. It locks in your speed and puts you like a little bit faster when a sidestep initiates. So you can just like power boost going downhill or something, then hold down the sidestep button, and you'll keep that speed in, even if you're no longer going downhill.
Yeah, it's really broken. Like if you use it going downhill, and you'll probably see it over here when in these dunes over there. There's a lot of like big slopes, and you can just keep downhill speed uphill. It's kind of broken.
And if you sidestep off a ledge, then you do the thing where Sonic just goes into a trick launch and goes straight forward, which is very handy.
Yeah, because for some reason they kind of just decided that you should just lose speed when you run off a slope, and it's kind of weird like that.
It depends on the collision tag, I think.
Yeah.
There's one that's called like speed down or whatever, and
Really?
they have it attached to a pretty big land bridge in Kronos.
Yeah.
By the moving platforms, and it's really awkward.
It is very odd, yeah. I don't know why